Hi dear Leo, and welcome to your February 2024 love bonus reading. Let's check out what's going on for you in love and relationships at this time. These are readings that are not necessarily predictions of the future. I want to have a conversation with the cards about relationship dynamics and our approach in love. So let's try doing that, and let's hope for something helpful, something inspirational, something that might ease, is that a word? Our situation a little bit. All right. So we start with your viewpoint on love and relationships, what we can think about from our perspective, and then I'm going into you and another person or an energy that is coming in. Three of Autumn, the Two of Winter, and the Six of Spring. Very nice. And we have the Magician. Wow. So what's really beautiful here is with the Magician is a sense of I can do it. I can create my own reality when it comes to relationships. I can create my own journey. I can really step into something new as well. Maybe in the past things didn't work out in a way that I wanted to, and now I feel like I have all the tools that I'm really ready to step into something new. It's literally saying there is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. So it is a confirmation, or it is a thought that we need to accept and allow ourselves to have, that we can be successful in love and in relationships. So with the Two of Winter here, normally you would read this card with the Two of Swords as a moment of contemplation before making a decision, maybe trying to find a middle ground in different thoughts, or maybe even contradicting thoughts, and coming to a point of peace within yourself to be able to step forward, to move forward. In this particular deck, it's saying procrastination and worrying what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. So this clearly to me says choose yourself. You know, it's really I think in so many relationship situations we just get confused, we get misguided by past experiences or things that we're still working through when it comes to making decisions that benefit ourselves. So this is really about choosing yourself, choosing things that will not hinder you from being happy. And also people that will not hinder you from being happy. With the Three of Autumn, we have a card of working together with other people. So this is a good place also, of course, because you have to kind of put the work in and put together with other people to be able to make relationships and love work. It's saying in the caption, your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So this is not a card of love per se, but when we want to see this in a love and relationship context, of course we can take from this card that it's important to show ourselves and to really show up as ourselves, so people can also see who we are, so people can actually be in a relationship with us rather than with something that they're projecting onto us, or that we are not fully showing. Maybe we are just showing certain parts of ourselves. And of course, trust needs to be built. Of course, we need to get to know people, and we need to get to know them better. Sometimes an energy is there that feels right, but that doesn't mean that you know a person. And I feel like the older you get, the more aware you become of that, because you've seen a lot, you know. So sometimes things are just not what they seem, and people have a lot of experiences, and people project their own experiences onto situations. So show up as authentically as you can without being naive, you know, without being completely see-through and just like trusting from the very first second. I think the trust is a feeling within, yes, that we have to build, but still we need to get to know people and to just be a little bit protective of ourselves. At the same time, Six of Spring, a wonderful card for success. So this is a success card. This is a very positive card. This is a card that is saying keep a positive attitude, and also you can be very successful in love if you want to. Six of Spring says rescue dog. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you are singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. So maybe you get a lot of attention, maybe people can see that you're a successful person, or maybe you feel successful when it comes to meeting people, when it comes to be seen, when it comes to be recognized also in the dating world if you're dating, or when you're already with a person or you're getting to know a person, you feel like this is going into a good direction. The Six of Spring, the Six of Wands is a card of basically having a positive attitude, having a successful attitude or a success mindset, and also showing up with that attitude. So it's a lot about showing up and being aware that you can make things happen and that you can also direct the way a little bit, because the magician is also taking matters in his own hands. So he is not necessarily waiting for other people, you know. He's quite the opposite. He is like motivating other people to move forward with them. And with the right attitude and with the right mindset, we might motivate also people, of course, in relationships, and we have a lot of charisma and a lot of positive energy when we bring this attitude into dating. So let's see what this other person, other energy is all about and what you are all about. So this could be an actual person, this can be just energies that you want to be aware of or we want to talk about that are outside influences. King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, yeah, this is right away screaming to me, be aware of people who are not good communicators, and also who might take your kindness for weakness, you know, because the King of Swords in the reverse might be able to trick you into something or to psychologically trick you into something. So we need to be aware, and that's when I said don't be naive but be open, you know. So open to get to know somebody, but not completely open and just make yourself too vulnerable too early before you know a person, especially if you feel like a person is not showing themselves fully or not communicating very clearly. So we want to be aware of people who don't communicate clearly and who are kind of back and forth, or who are trying to confuse us, or who are just confusing as it is, you know, because some people don't try to confuse us, it's just their personality. They are just confused themselves about things, and so they have that effect on us. So with the King of Swords, unfortunately, I have to say, let's be aware of a certain kind of personality type, because the King of Swords in the reverse, when I really read a personality into it, it's like it's not a good personality to date, you know. You don't want somebody who is not transparent or not open to tell the truth, or maybe worst case even lying or trying to manipulate through words. So be aware, very, very aware of the words that people say to you and the actions that follow. So that's something that we really want to look at. You're in a very, very stable place within yourself. So I think with the Queen of Pentacles, you are very grounded, very secure, and that's supposed to stay like that. A King of Swords, when you let him do his weird thing long enough, he might be trying to test you and see if him not communicating or him drawing back or him going silent might take you off your throne, or it might take you off your balance. Don't fall for it, you know, don't fall, stay right where you are. If somebody is trying to test you, stay right where you are, and if they're doing it too much, then let them go, because you don't want somebody who's constantly testing you. I do understand that in the beginning of getting to know somebody, of course, you want to test people, you want to test them out, how do they react to certain things, because you kind of want to make sure what you're getting yourself into. But if that's his whole weird game and he's getting off of it, we don't want that, because you're gonna be constantly, I mean, there's people who are into that. I'm not into it. I'm not into somebody who's constantly trying to test me with his stupid little games or her stupid little games. And I'm just like, I'm not in a place of my life where I have the energy, the nerves, or the fun in it, you know. There was a time in my life where I maybe thought, oh, this is fun, you know, but it seems like you're not, and it seems like you're not having it either. You're not having people like that either. If somebody doesn't want to communicate, well, that's their problem, you know, really, it is. Because you have shit to do, it seems like. It's really not of your concern if somebody wants to act like that. We're not like teenagers anymore, even though we somewhat are in our hearts, of course, but I'm not at a place with my readings where I try to give practical readings that are somewhat helpful and not just dream prince readings. So the Hermit is a good card, because it also seems like, all right, maybe there is a sense of, it seems like there is a person in your life, and maybe there's a sense of isolation right now for both of you, where both have to kind of test their own self-sufficiency and draw back from this a little bit and find the way forward, move forward without through inner guidance, through our own inner guidance, without having to interact too much with the other person. And that might be actually the same way you're choosing, you know, but maybe there is some soul searching going on also. Maybe you're progressing into something with a person and both are like, maybe this is really something we need to think about more clearly if you really want to follow that, if you really want to go into that, because this is something that could be maybe, I mean, it seems like you're in a really, really good place here with yourself, so you don't want to fuck that up. You don't want to have somebody come in and fuck that up. You really don't. Believe me, I had that experience. Don't do it. And if you're not aware, it's even worse. And that type of personality could trick you, because they're very smart, you know. King of Swords is very smart. Sorry, there was somebody at the door. As I said, the King of Swords in the reverse is just somebody we need to be a little aware of. So he can really get into your head and, you know, mess up your whole stable situation. So don't let this person. If you feel like somebody is trying to get into your head, retreat and take some time for yourself with the Hermit. I think that's probably the way to go. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Yeah, we need to be careful with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, not to fall into old cycles that we already know, and not to, you know, pick partners or pick people that are a type of person that disappointed us in the past. So we want to be aware of who we pick, and we want to be aware of how we show up and react as well. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, we can feel like we're stuck in a cycle, stuck in a dynamic, stuck in a certain way of interacting that is not necessarily helpful for our growth. All right, let's see one Romance Angels card. These cards are something that I take with a grain of salt, because sometimes they're very specific, and you know, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But let's just for fun pick one. I think this one wants to come out. Finances and career, interesting. Finances, problems with finances might be a part of your love life right now. So maybe this person, you seem very stable here with the Queen of Pentacles financially. So maybe this other person has a problem with that. It might be. Sometimes it's like we are very independent and stable as women, and there are certain types of people or men especially who have a hard time with that. That could be the case, but doesn't have to be. It's just something that's coming up. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I hope I'll talk to you next time, and until then, have a great February and bye.